What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. You know the spiel. It's another Arvon beer, but it's not just an Arvon beer. It's a collaboration beer between Arvon and Eavesdrop Brewery, which I think is in Virginia somewhere, guys. So they have done collaborations before. I think this is the second I've reviewed from these two doing a collab together. So disclaimer, not sure, but I believe this is the second time I've gotten a beer which is a collab between these two guys here. So Flycatcher, a small bird that spends the summer catching flying insects in northern thickets. Okay, that's fine. I like the can art. I really do like this little birdie sitting on there. It's pretty sweet. This is $4.99 for this can. Not that uncharacteristic for Arvon. And we have an 8% West Coast style double IPA with Chinook, Centennial, and Mosaic hops. Drink fresh. Okay, I wish I knew. There is no canned on date. That's fine. I know this was dropped last Thursday. Today is the 22nd time of recording in May. I don't know. This is not very old, guys. It's probably like 2 weeks old, maybe 3. I don't know. It's not very old, so just put it on. Put it in the description, all right? It's not old. So, Flycatcher, we're going to check this sucker out and see what we got. We got the proper glassware. It's the Arvon glassware because we keep it 100 around here. So let's get into this, guys. 8% West Coast. I love that West Coast beers have made a huge comeback. It's fantastic. But 8%, not crazy, but not always my favorite ABV. I don't know, it just seems like I tend to lean towards the lighter end of the spectrum nowadays, but if this is drinkable, it's going to be okay. So we'll stick that sucker here. And as you guys can see, it's kind of that straw yellow, a little bit darker on camera, a little orange hidden in that yellow. It's not completely translucent. It's not 100% unhazy, but there's a little chill haze. I guess you can definitely see through her though. Pillowy, thick, dense head sitting on top. Very white, bubbly, soapy qualities here. Medium to low carbonation streaming to the top. Nothing too insane. It's hard for me to see. I feel like this is more orangey in the camera, but to me it looks so yellow. I feel like I have such a bad viewpoint from back here. I don't know, with this natural cloudy day. It's always difficult to tell, but you guys can see it. I don't really need to give you any more description. You look. You can see that, all right? You make your own assessment. Go for an aroma through this dense head. Ooh. Kind of like candied citrus. There is like a sugary grapefruit hidden in there somewhere. Oranges, clementines, even like a slight bit of like blood orange, grapefruity, oily lemon. There's definitely maybe like a fair bit of like stone fruit, but it's very subdued, very short-lived. Almost smells juicy for a moment, but there's this like pithy, earthy, hoppy quality that this brings to the table. Maybe a little bit of malty character. Maybe like kind of dank. Yeah, oily dankness, slightly leaning against that citrus. I don't know. Forget the aromas. I don't know. I'm sick of aromas, guys. I just want to taste it. Let's go to it. Cheers. Arvon and Eavesdrop. Boom, boom. It's like, whoo. Diesel on the tongue, man. Again, so I mean, like that grassy, oily dankness. Super hopped up, super thicker mouthfeel than your typical standard IPA. Leans West Coast for sure. Super hoppy on the back end. There is a slight bit of juiciness, but it dries out. There's lots of floral. There's a lot of like hoppy grass, pine resin, kind of all intertwined together. Is it like crushable? Not necessarily. 8% is going down relatively well, but you can feel it's got like a higher like threshold and acidity to it on your tongue. It feels a little bit bigger. It feels more dank. Feels more gasoline-y on the tongue. It's not completely like light and fluffy and flowy. It's West Coasty for sure. I think the Centennial show a little bit. Again, I get this kind of like citrus, oily grapefruit, I guess. You could say there's a fair bit of dankness on here as well, but the floral really popping out as well on here. There is like this just like candied little sugary grapefruit somewhere underneath there. Like it comes across like it's going to be kind of like sweet and perfumey a little bit, and it does kind of show itself a little bit, but this does lean dry on the back end with that like piney grassy hoppiness. There's a little bit of like this spicy gasoline dankness. You know, it's just very subtle, but it comes across pretty well in the beginning and middle. It's a good beer. I don't know that it's like my favorite from Arvon. I don't know that it's like necessarily one I want to revisit immediately. It's a great offering at 8%. I feel like you could put it down relatively well. But I feel like there's better options out there. I feel like there's something that could be more memorable. This one maybe could get lost in the shuffle compared to all the other offerings from Arvon. But let's sum it up one more time. Diesely, oily, grapefruit, nectarine, lemon pith, lemon peel. It's pretty drinkable. I mean, it's smooth. There's a little bit of like maltiness to this beer. It's a little bready. It definitely finishes dry and lighter on the back end than it does the front and middle. So it is very drinkable. It is good. There's a slight bit of candied quality while being floral and dry. It's well balanced. It's well balanced, and it's a solid beer. I just don't know that it's like my absolute favorite from where I stand right now. But good offering at $4.99. I think it's good. I just don't know that I'd go hog wild over this. It is very drinkable, though. I will leave it there. Grassy pine dankness, more. Little floral spiciness. 3.85 out of 5. That's where I lean. It's probably better by old terms, standards, back in the day, but today, 3.85. I'm not being angry. I'm not mad. Let's go for it. Until next time, guys. Pros, cheers, yamas, whatever you want to say. I'm out.